One of the things that is so frustrating for most women when they're trying to learn how their metabolism works, how their bodies work in general, is that most of the information out there on the internet is grouping men and women together. It's generalizing things, or a lot of the science is now geared towards men. Why? Because men are driving a lot of the supplement and the fitness industry. But the fact is, we need to look at the fact that women and men have different metabolisms. They have different hormones. Things are just flat out different, and we need to look at them different. Obviously, we look different, so why wouldn't our bodies operate differently? So I want to explain in this video the way that the female body works a little bit more when it comes to utilizing fats for fuel, when it comes to the metabolism, when it comes to the hormones. Because I think it's fair that everybody knows that these are two polar opposites, and we need to learn how they work. You see, it's pretty common to think that it's the genetics or that it's sitting down all day, and those are the reasons that the metabolism can slow down, especially when it comes to women. But the simple fact of the matter is that for women, the cards are stacked against you. Okay? Hormones are different. You've got higher levels of estrogen, which encourage fat accumulation. Generally speaking, there are thyroid things at play. A lot of times women will see a reduction in their thyroid activity, which regulates your metabolism. The thyroid, which starts as T4, which stimulates the production of something called T3, which is your thyroid hormone, regulates so many functions in your body, including your actual metabolism and your core body temperature. You see, I know this firsthand because my wife has battled with a thyroid condition for years, and I've seen her struggle with it. I've seen her struggle with her hormones, and I've seen her struggle with her metabolism. The thing is, it's becoming more and more common with a lot of environmental toxins, a lot of different external factors that are affecting your ability to function properly when it comes to your thyroid. But we also want to look at how the mitochondria works. The mitochondria is that energy powerhouse within the cell, and that mitochondria functions very, very well on fat for fuel. Well, the thing is, it functions even better on fat for fuel with a body that is lean already. So that's generally speaking a male. See, women have more estrogen, which means you're going to have more fat in the first place, and that's totally fine. But it's also harder for your body to start metabolizing it and using it for fuel. So when it comes down to learning how to get in the best possible shape, you need to have some understanding of that. And that's exactly why I'm doing this video. Now, interestingly enough, when we look at estrogen and we look at testosterone in the male and female bodies, women obviously have more estrogen, but there's two different kinds. There's 2-hydroxyestrogen and 16-hydroxyestrogen. One is good and one is not so good. The not so good one can encourage your body to continue to store more tissue, store more body fat. That's what we don't really want. And if we can actually understand that and learn what we can do with our diet, with our vitamins, with our supplementation, and even specific kinds of exercise that are different from what a male would do, then we can start to convert that. We can start to migrate that over a little bit more. But then additionally, it comes down to that thyroid again. How can we take the steps that are needed with nutrition, with supplementation, and again, with our exercise to try to get thyroid levels in check as much as we possibly can? And then to add insult to injury, you've probably heard of cortisol before, right? Cortisol is sort of that stress hormone, the hormone that's elevated when you're in that fight or flight mode, when you're under a lot of stress. Well, a lot of things are pointing to the fact that women are generally multitaskers, right? You have the ability to do multiple things at once. Okay, you're getting the kids ready for school, you've got to run to work, you've got to do this. Have you ever felt like you're just running ragged and doing a bunch of things? Well, it's probably because you are, and you function a lot better as a multitasker than most men would. It's just flat out how we operate. But therefore, your cortisol levels are generally going to be a little bit higher than that of a man's, which means you are really fighting the odds when it comes to getting your metabolism to work right. So we have to understand, again, how that system works. And in the next video, I'm going to explain in some more depth a clear-cut path that you can start to implement to get in the best shape, to utilize your hormones to your advantage, to utilize what you know works for you to your advantage, because you can't just believe everything that you hear when it's grouped into a giant continuum of men and women. So stay tuned on the next video when I give you the path and help give you some insight into what you can use to get in the best possible shape, but get your body fat adapted so it knows how to utilize fats for fuel and so that it knows how to increase its metabolism the right way. I'll see you on the next page.